Good evening, everybody. Chris and Tiffany here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to the very first live video of 2024.
Yes.
You ready for 2024?
No.
No, okay. All right, so we got folks already here tonight.
California Linda says hello and good evening. Attila the Fun, good evening. Dale, hello. Robert, good evening. And James says good evening, everyone, from a cold Cincinnati, Ohio.
Now, I'm sure it's definitely colder in Cincinnati than it is here, but it's cold here too.
Yeah, I don't think it actually hit 50 here yet today.
For a high, maybe.
For a high. Boss Pupa says howdy all from Raleigh.
That's just right up the street for the grandbabies.
Yeah. Jennifer says good evening from Sugar Land, Texas. First time catching y'all. Well, welcome to our show.
Awesome. Welcome.
Attila the Fun from Houston, Texas is in the house.
Got a lot of Texas in the house tonight.
Hello from Austin, from Melinda. And Alien Frequency. Hey, I finally caught the beginning of your stream. Good evening, Chris and Tiffany. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Welcome, welcome. Yep, we're just getting started, letting everybody hop on here. Oh, yeah, we got all kinds of folks in. We got Houston, Sugar Land, Austin up the street. We got Raleigh. We got Cincinnati. Awesome.
I like it.
I do too. So let's talk cruising.
Yes.
And all things cruising related. We are 15 days, 22 hours.
And a few minutes.
Well, yeah, 15 hours, 22 minutes.
15 days.
15 hours. Woo, boy, I just time traveled right there. I'm sorry. 15 days, 22 minutes for our next cruise.
Jennifer said she had to drive down and see that beautiful Jubilee come in. Can't wait to sail away on her.
Yeah, I drove down there to see her too. She was pretty. It was an exciting day it was worth the drive just to go down there and just see her.
Yeah.
It really was worth it. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, I got to drive there. But then you get there and it's just like, it's a whole different other kind of magical feeling.
Dilly says, hi, Chris and Tiffany. I almost forgot. Bruce, Happy New Year, y'all. Alien Frequency is 4 days, 16 hours, and 58 minutes until their next cruise.
Ooh, much closer than us.
Yes.
I'm excited.
And James is ready to cruise.
We are too. Looking forward to getting on the ship. Looking forward to, we're doing Mr. Sancho's in Cozumel.
Yes.
Yeah. I am looking forward to it.
California Linda, wow, howdy. That was our neighborhood prior to moving to California. I really enjoyed town square shopping and my favorite haunts in Rice Village.
Rice Village.
Yeah. I'm ready to going next month until the fun.
Bruce says he's eating Brooklyn pizza. But are you going on the rat tour while you're there? When you're getting the pizza, is the pizza to eat while you're on the rat tour? That's the real question.
Lenny says hello from Lenny in Geneva. And Jennifer wants to know where we're headed, and she loves Mr. Sancho's.
Let's see. We are on the Prima, Norwegian Prima, 15 days. We are going to Costa Maya, Roatan, Harvest Key, Cozumel, back to Galveston.
You ever been to New York?
Oddly enough, I was born there. I actually was born there. I do not remember it a whole lot. I was little. I was a kid. But I was actually born there on Staten Island.
I lived in Hornell for 6 months. Yeah, Hornell in between Syracuse and Buffalo. Never actually went into the city, though.
Yeah. So I have been there, but I have not been there as an adult to really remember much.
Chica says, hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Attila says, love Roatan. So pretty.
Yes. We've been there once. We were there at Carnival, so we were at Mahogany Bay, but it was beautiful. Remember, that's the really pretty cruise port, and we actually didn't even leave Mahogany Bay when we went. It was so pretty just right there, and then you go across the bridge or ride the I don't know what you call
The
those
ski
things.
lift.
The ski lift across to the other side.
Or the ocean lift there.
Yeah, the ocean lift. And so we didn't even leave Mahogany Bay last time, but this time we are.
Yeah.
This time we're doing the Go Hug a Sloth excursion.
Yes. Jennifer says the hibiscus everywhere were just beautiful.
Yeah, I remember Tiffany even said that when we got off there in Mahogany Bay. Even she was like, hey, this is one of the prettiest with the most flowers, and the cruise port was very, very clean.
Yes, very clean.
So yeah, our little bit of time in Roatan without even leaving the cruise port definitely put a very positive experience on us, and so very excited to go back.
They had a good coffee shop there in the port.
Yeah, you have find a coffee shop in every port you go to.
Attila the Fun says go to West End. And Jennifer says she's jealous. She wants to hug a sloth.
Well, that was our plan when we went the very first time, but it was completely sold out.
Mm-hmm.
So we couldn't get tickets for it this time. We booked early enough, and we knew it was there. We knew we wanted it, and so we immediately hopped on and just boop, got tickets for that right away. We're gonna miss it twice. That's something Tiffany has really wanted to do. This was one of her bucket list excursions.
Yes.
Was to go hug the sloths, so I wasn't gonna make her miss it twice.
No. Chica says, looking forward to your video. We will be there in May. California Linda said, no rat tour ever, all in caps. Just book a hotel near Manhattan, Cruise Port, or Hell's Kitchen, and you will notice the early morning or late night scurrying.
I understand. Definitely not for everybody, but I will be 100% honest. If I am ever in New York and I have the free time, I probably would do the rat tour just to say I did the rat tour.
Yeah.
To make a video and come back and go, look, I did a rat tour. Look what I saw. That's just one of those so disgustingly weird opportunities that I honestly would say yes to it just to say I said yes to it. Tiffany might stay in the room while I go on the rat tour, but I think I would do it just to say I went on a rat tour.
Well, it's like in Seattle, walking through that chewed up gum wall hallway looking thing. That's pretty gross.
That's true. I mean, probably not as gross as rats, but yeah, I guess in reality it is. We did go look at a wall full of people's gum stuck all over it there at the gum wall in Seattle. Is rat touring all that much weirder than going to look at a gum wall?
I guess the only difference is the gum's already chewed. The rats could possibly chew you.
This is true, but I said it's one of those just oddly unique opportunities that I think I would do it just to say I did it.
Yeah. Dale said I'd do the rat tour just out of curiosity.
Right? It's just, it's going to be gross. You got to be near probably trash and other stuff like that in order to see a large quantity of rats, get near rats. But just the curiosity of it would be like, I got to go because I just got to know.
Yeah. Jennifer said the sloth was her plan, but there was bad weather, so they went back to Cozumel. I think that Sloth Hugging Excursion has some monkeys and parrots in there too, so you'll see lots of animals. Yes, there is monkeys. We already looked into that.
Yeah, we did look at it. I can't remember the exact name of it, and so now I just call it the Sloth Hugging Tour.
Yeah.
But it does have a real name, and when we do a video on it, I'll have the real name and real information. But for right now, yeah, it's the Sloth Hugging Tour.
Larry says, hello, everyone. It's a brisk 33 degrees here in Pennsylvania. We're down to 9 days, 17 hours, and 55 minutes to the Jubilee. We're booked for Mr. Sancho's also.
Now, that's probably going to be a very nice change because I'm sure it's not warm in Pennsylvania right now. And while it's not super warm here, the weather down. I looked at the weather for like Cozumel the week we're there, which is 2 weeks from now, and we're talking mid-80s. Mm-hmm. Or 81, 82, 83 for the week. So, yeah, everybody that's cold right now, just know that down south, it's warmer. It's warmer. I'm going to be able to wear shorts and T-shirts, and I'm looking forward to it.
But you're gonna pack a pair of pants just in case too.
Yeah, I'm sure I won't.
That boss pupa, you don't need a tour to see rats in Manhattan or the Bronx. Jennifer says, I'm curious about this Norwegian ship. I've only experienced Carnival.
We are too. Norwegian is one of the ones we haven't done. So this is going to be our first time with Norwegian, period. So yeah, we're really looking forward to it as well. We want to get that Norwegian experience. Done a little bit of research ahead of time. I've heard some good things about it. I've heard some not so good things about it. But of course, we have to get our own opinions and test it out for ourselves. But there's a couple things that kind of like rat tours, I'm going to drive a go-kart on top of a cruise ship. It's an experience. Can't do it anywhere else.
Yeah.
So I want to do things like that. They've got some really good, I think, food options that look tasty on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to eating.
Definitely.
We're going to see the production show on board is going to be a tribute to Donna Summers.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've also got us reservations to do Price is Right Live. Were two of the things that would let me pre-book. So we're set for those. So there's going to be some differences and some interesting things on Norwegian that looking forward to. And we'll have videos and stories.
Oh yeah, we'll do videos every day. Now, don't know if we're going to be uploading them while we're on the ship, but we will do videos every day like we normally do.
Right.
The Z Show Cruise Fun. Hey guys, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Attila, next time we go to Cozumel, I think I want to try Paradise Beach instead of Mr. Sancho's. Is that a good idea?
I have heard good things about both. There are people that say they love Mr. Sancho's, people that say they love Paradise Beach. I think they're probably fairly equal. So it's a really preference, but I have not heard anything bad about Paradise Beach, but we haven't been. So I don't have any personal experience. It's just secondhand knowledge.
Jennifer was asking if we're going to do videos.
Yes.
And then they're electric.
Constantly.
They're electric go-karts, I believe, but still wickedly cool.
Yeah, they are electric, no engines, which is obviously I wouldn't want that exhaust smell floating around the Lido deck of a cruise ship. But yeah, and they don't even have to be fast and or anything like that. It's just another experience to add to life. Say I went on a go-kart. When we get the opportunity to go on Carnival, one of Carnival's XL class ships, I'm going to ride the Bolt just to say I rode the Bolt. The roller coaster.
Okay. I'm like, what's that? James says
yes, folks, she does cruising shows. What's the Bolt?
James says, I believe you were talking about the Discover Roatan with Animal Reserve, where you will see sloths, macaws, and monkeys.
That sounds right.
Probably it. Jennifer at Attila, I believe a lot of people like Paradise as much as Sancho's. I think it just depends on what you're wanting.
Yep.
Chica said, we enjoyed our time on the Prima.
And I think we will too. Listen, we haven't met a cruise ship we didn't like. There's, some have pluses and minuses versus others.
Mm-hmm. Some
experiences stand out a little bit more than others. But I've never come back from a cruise and gone, this ship is terrible. This service was terrible. This cruise was terrible. I mean, my least favorite cruise ship out there, absolute least favorite, is the Carnival Vista. And I've said it before. But my reasoning for it being my least favorite is I think the atrium is a little closed in. That's my negative for my worst ship, is that the atrium feels a little closed in more than I like. And I think that's the feature I didn't care for as much.
Yeah.
So
California Linda shares, so excited for those with upcoming cruises. We are 55 days out from embarking the Coral Princess.
That's not bad.
No.
Less than 2 months.
Yes.
Less than 2 months.
And then Jennifer says, exactly. So cool to do those things at sea.
Yeah, we are very, and not even in just in cruising, but we try to do it with everything. We're very experience based.
Yeah.
So even like, birthdays, Christmases and stuff, we don't even give presents anymore. Not like a physical material gift. We'd much rather give an experience, and an experience that we can both go do.
Yes.
Which is why a lot of times we cruise for Tiffany's birthday, we cruise for my birthday. technically this Norwegian Prima cruise is our Christmas present to each other. Put them out. And that's because we'd much rather have an experience. And that was a lesson that we learned a couple of years ago when we took the kids cruising for the very first time. They can't remember what they got for Christmas, what present they got for Christmas 4, 5, 6 years ago. They don't remember what material thing they got, but they still talk about their very first cruise that they ever went on back in 2016. They still tell stories about that cruise even today. So experiences are very, very important to us.
Yeah. Alien Frequency said I had to look up who Donna Summers was. She's the queen of disco.
I had to ask Tiffany who Donna Summers was too, but that's the show they're offering on the ship. So I want to check it out. And I know we talked about it in one show where people were naming some songs that I would know.
Yeah.
So apparently I do know at least her music, even if I don't know her name. Which means it's going to be a song. They're going to sing, play some music. It's going to be good.
Jennifer said we experienced the Radiance during Halloween and it was not a great time. Felt rushed.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I mean, we did. Now we were on the Breeze during Halloween, and it was an awesome time.
It was a blast.
We had a blast during our Halloween cruise on Carnival.
Bruce says the Carnival Freedom, nice. I sailed when it first came out.
The Freedom, we did the Freedom was our second Carnival cruise. We like the Freedom.
Mm-hmm. Chica says that is interesting. I have not been on the Vista, but have been on the Panorama.
Yeah, see, and I haven't been on the Panorama, but and I'm sure they're very similar. They have the cone, LED cone, I guess, in the middle, lights up, and they can put different images and displays on it, and that was really cool. That was really cool, but I don't know. I guess I've just gotten used to being in the atrium. You can look up and up and up, and that one just not enough that I wouldn't skip the Panorama or a chance to sail on the Horizon over that.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's one of those questions. Well, what's your least favorite cruise ship? Well, honestly, it's the Vista, and that's the reason why, and that's about the only reason why.
Jennifer says, shame on you. Don't diss my Vista. She's what broke me into the cruise world, but after seeing the Dream and Breeze atrium, I can agree. It's definitely enclosed on the Vista. Yeah,
now, the Breeze, love the Carnival Breeze.
Yes.
Love the Breeze. Love that class of ship. And it's just a little more. And a lot of times, our dislikes of cruising, for us anyway, it's minute, little bitty things. Usually we come back from a cruise and you got to come up with the good, the bad, and the ugly.
We have to think about the good or the bad and the ugly.
Yeah, sometimes you got to stretch it a little bit and go, yeah, well, the atrium was closed in.
James says Prima is also a new style ship for NCL, so I'm looking forward to see the changes.
Well, since I haven't seen any changes, I'm just looking forward to seeing the ship. But I get what you're saying. You've never been like this. And I said I've heard, though, 50-50 on the Prima. A lot of people say that they made the spaces too small to fit the proper number of people that would want to go into that venue on the Prima class. So we'll have to see if that's, if it feels that way when we're on there.
Attila says, yeah, we did a Christmas cruise on the Freedom several years ago. What a great cruise.
I like holiday cruises.
Yeah, I do too.
So we've done Halloween, we've done Christmas.
Easter, Valentine's.
We did Easter, we've done Valentine's Day, and I like the cruise lines do things for those holidays. They put that extra special touch on it, stuff you didn't expect. I know when we sailed Royal Caribbean for Valentine's Day, I didn't really think they were going to do anything.
No, but they had balloons and arches and...
Yeah, they had all kinds of, Valentine's Day stuff out. And then we were on the Ruby Princess for Easter, and they had the cruise lines really go out of their way for holidays. And I like it. I like to see all that they do.
Yeah. Chica says we do the same thing. We cruise or take a trip to celebrate our birthdays and anniversaries.
Yep. An experience is worth way more than something that you're going to put in the closet or that you may not use or anything else like that.
We've actually been doing that a lot longer than just cruising. We've been doing that with the youngest one for his birthday.
It started when he was 8.
Yeah, just because, he said, they don't remember the toys, the clothes, the parties, but he wanted to go to NASA, so we took him to NASA.
And he still remembers and talks about it. That's one of the things we do that with our grandchildren too, and they're completely on board with experiences, and I love doing that for them.
Dilly asked, do you book cruises with celebrity?
I have not booked anything with celebrity yet. But I'm actually not real happy with celebrity at the moment. You guys watched the video I put out tomorrow morning? Celebrity did a little bit of dirty, I think, towards some solo cruisers.
Now, are they asking as a travel agent or personal agent?
Oh, yeah. As a travel agent, yeah, I'll book any cruise line you want. But me personally, I've never booked a celebrity, so whichever way you're asking that.
Chica says, my favorite class of ship is Carnival Fantasy class.
It was absolutely one of mine too. My trip on the Ecstasy makes me want to sail more fantasy class ships. I really want to try to get Tiffany on a fantasy class ship before they're gone, because I don't know what it was, but there was something about the Ecstasy, the fantasy class ship, that it spoke to me on every level. What are they marking at?
I think their cars drove by and it sounded like Dylan. Attila says, love the Dream class ships. Don't care for the yellow umbrellas and the breeze in the buffet area.
Fair enough.
Kind of like the atrium in the Vista.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I heard that. James said I heard that the venues were small. Yeah, and I think that's probably the biggest negative that I've heard about the Prima class ship, is that they hold the events and different experiences in the venues around the ship, and they're just not big enough to fit everybody. That's one of the biggest ones, and some folks apparently don't care for the layout of the ship. But I've also heard that for different classes of ship, well, the layouts and stuff like that I never had a problem with. So, but we'll definitely have more answers about that here in a couple weeks.
Jennifer says she'd love to see a New Year's cruise.
Yeah, I've heard those. If I think I was going to do like a New Year's party cruise, I honestly think I'd go with Carnival.
Yeah, they
throw a vicious Halloween party.
Yeah,
so I'm thinking New Year's would have to be Carnival if I was going to do a New Year's one. I just think they would throw the better party.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
And I think I skipped James. James, I heard the same.
We did. We talked about it. We got that one.
Jennifer says, oh no. Alien agreed. I'd rather have a memory than more material items. We're moving later this year, and I've been throwing stuff out, so we have less to pack and haul. I've just been doing that.
Yeah, but the problem is I think I've caught her following me around with a box before. So, that feng shui, if you don't love it, get rid of it type of thing. I know she loves me, but I still caught her following me around with a box. So I got to be careful.
Dilly, I am not solo, and yes, as a travel agent.
Then yes. Yep. No, we can book anything you want. If it's available and it's bookable, we can do it.
Chica says, we have done 3 Christmas cruises, and we love them. Took a Thanksgiving cruise once, but I much rather celebrate at home.
Yeah, for Thanksgiving, I would rather be at home for Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. But now that we're older, the kids have grown and stuff like that, I've got no problem being gone the other holidays. I honestly don't. Unless we're specifically going to be with the kids or with the grandkids for Christmas, I'm good being out on the ocean for just about the rest of them.
Jennifer says, once you figure out the elevators, you can find any and everything. And that she's always been told if you haven't used it in 3 months, throw it away. Yeah, I've been going through cabinets and closets and drawers, and there was stuff we moved into this house that probably never should have come.
Yeah, and that's very true. And cruising, to me, is a better thing than a material object anyway. Because I still think about and talk about my very first cruise. I still reference back to it that I took in 2006. Mm-hmm. was the very first time I cruised, and I still reference back to that. And every cruise we've taken since then. So yeah, those are memories that, they're always there. And then of course, it's also good. We make videos and pictures and everything like that. We can always go back and refresh and remind ourselves about what we saw and things like that.
Yeah, you had that digital photo album back there with all of our past cruises, and I would always catch myself looking at it during the video, but you moved it. Attila did a Thanksgiving cruise, just me and wife, and yeah, had to deal with upset relatives after that. Laugh out loud. Won't do it again, I think.
I'm thinking if it's worth upsetting the relatives.
Were they upset because you weren't there, or were they upset because they weren't with you on the cruise?
Well, I've had relatives before say, well, I'd sure like to go on a cruise. And I always tell them, cool, I will book you a cruise.
Yeah.
You let me know where you want to go, and we can book you something. Oh. Can't say you wish you were there and not been booked to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Mike, Kate, and Luke say Happy New Year.
Well, Happy New Year.
Angela says, well, both.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you got to do what's best for you.
Yeah.
And sometimes every time that's just taking a cruise. Let's be honest. That's every time.
Yeah.
You're feeling blue, you take a cruise. You're feeling happy, you take a cruise. It's Tuesday, you take a cruise.
Any day that ends in Y.
Yeah, any day that ends in Y is a good day for cruising.
Yes.
I agree. Good job, baby. See, she knows how that works. Now I lost my train of thought. And I was going to tell you, I'm going to tell them a little bit about it. Tiffany, we filmed Tiffany's Tips from Tiffany today. We had to film it today. And it's for Sunday, so it's going to be on its normal day, normal time. But it is not going to be a normal show.
No. At
all. So look for an interesting change in Tiffany's show on Sunday. That's all I'm going to say about that.
It was pretty interesting for me, too.
It was interesting for me, too. I've never filmed that before in my life.
No.
And it's not bad. It's not bad. But someone gave us a suggestion, and I'm not going to say what the suggestion is because it'll give away the show. But, yeah, we got a suggestion of something that would be good if Tiffany maybe tried out for her show on Sunday. So we did it. We tried it. It worked out pretty good. We'll share it with you guys on Sunday, but, yeah.
Jennifer says yes, for the cost of a vacation, cruising is the most financial friendly. Absolutely, because you can lay away a cruise.
Because I like the Disney attire. Yep, this every once in a while I got to cruise coordinate. Nothing. Those two tonight. No talk of Disney cruises, but hey, sometimes you gotta wear just Disney things.
Yeah. Jennifer says 15 days. Are y'all packed or packing? We'll wait till the day before.
Oh yeah.
We always
See, we have this cruising thing we like to do on accident every time. We will pack the day before. We will triple check everything. We will get on the ship, and one of us will go, well, crap. Guess what we forgot? And you're new to the channel, so you haven't had the wonderful experience of hunting for a hairbrush in a cruise port, looking for pants in a cruise port. Because I got on a ship one time with no pants. Tiffany got on the ship with no hairbrush. I'm sure that's not the only two.
That's all I can think of right now.
Yeah. So no, we like to live excitingly.
Yes. Now, I will tell you, though, that, our toiletry bags, those stay packed. We keep those packed and ready to go so that all we got to do is grab that and throw it in the suitcase.
It's just clothes.
So it's just the clothes. And I don't have enough clothes to start packing now because then I won't have anything to wear to work.
Yeah, our cruise stuff that's going to go with us every cruise stays actually in the luggage. And that way we just pull luggage out, add clothes to it, and ready to go. But it always seems like we forget one thing. But we've had some fun adventures.
Yes, we have.
Finding the things that we forgot.
Yes. Rick says, "Hey, cruisers."
Yeah, good evening, Rick. Good evening, Desiree's joined us.
Yep. California Linda says, "Our puppies are saying hi to yours."
Oh, great. Now we got our dogs barking, being picked up by the mic, and other dogs are barking. Good job.
Thank you, Desiree, for the super sticker.
Yes, thank you, Desiree. We really appreciate that.
Connie says, "Eyeglasses. Did you forget your glasses?"
No, I did.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
I don't know if she's talking about her or me, but that's right. Remember, we were on Voyager of the Sea.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
See? I left my glasses in the truck before we got on the ship.
Yeah.
I knew there was something else.
Yeah.
Yes.
Desiree wants the puppies.
You know, they keep barking, I'm going to send them to you. But, yeah, I need my glasses to read, which is why Tiffany reads a lot of the comments when we're on here, so I don't get so much reflection. But, yeah, so I got on a cruise with no glasses at all. I didn't read anything on the ship for a week. Doggies, go get them. They're here.
Left chargers at home before.
I haven't left them at home, but I had one taken away by security because it would overwhelm the ship.
Charger. That was your.
No, that was the
Oh yeah.
The thing. So I had to go buy a different one.
I expect to forget something every time I leave the house for more than a day.
You know what? It brings adventure to your travels. That's
Yes.
just really all it is. If you look at it the right way, you get on the ship and go, "Dang, I forgot this." Well, let's see what we can do about that. You will have an adventure.
Yes. Jennifer says deodorant seems to be our most forgotten item. See, that is why I keep the toiletry bag packed. Chris has his with all of his stuff in it. I have mine with all of my stuff in it.
Well, you know what? I've been in muster drills before. There's more than one person that apparently has forgotten to pack that.
Talking about Chris.
See, she remembers. Yep, the eyeglasses.
James says, "Yeah, I wait for a couple of days before the cruise. Still got to pick things up at the cleaners."
I'm taking out the dryer and throw it in the suitcase. You'd be lucky if it's folded. James, if you're gonna be dressing nice, people are gonna be like, "Why are you standing next to this homeless guy?" I look partly homeless while I'm roaming around cruise ships. You know, everybody's heard that saying, you know, dress to impress, and nobody's impressed. That's all I can really say.
Rick says, "I love the number of cruisers that Royal and Carnival are reporting who cruised in 2023. Cruising is back."
It definitely is back. The numbers are up. New bookings are up. The Carnival was saying they booked, 2/3 of all their berthing for 2024 has already been booked. Yeah, cruising did well. Like I said, though, great for the industry. Great for people that like cruise news and cruise videos, and you know, so it's good for us on a business side. But if a cruise line can come and report that they booked 2/3 of their sailings at the high prices they are now, that's not good for everybody's wallet, though. So that is the one and only negative to how well cruising is doing. I think it's going to settle in over time, hopefully.
Yeah.
But
Alien says, "I don't think I could ever forget my deodorant. I'm a huge stickler on not being that guy who smells bad."
Oh, I agree with you. I agree with you because, you know, as a guy, especially if you get into an elevator with other people, you know it's when you stink. I mean, I can smell when I need to go take a shower. And that's when you're like, ooh, yeah, I don't want to be that guy either.
I don't know why the sun always seems to take it out the morning of or day before, and when we get home, we'll be sitting on the bathroom counter.
Everybody's got their packing nemesis.
Yes.
I mean, though I'm sure there's people that get it right every time. Maybe they got a little checklist, which I'm sure if we would do a little checklist, we would never, ever forget anything. But
When I was younger, I used to go camping a lot, and I did a checklist, and I still forgot stuff.
I always find that it just makes an adventure.
Yes.
That's really all there is to it.
Chica says the prices are up.
Mm-hmm.
James says, nope, I don't dress to impress, but don't like wrinkled clothes when they come out of the dryer.
I've learned that t-shirts and basketball shorts just don't wrinkle all that much.
Desiree says, I have a suitcase of clothes just for cruises.
Oh, you're up. One up on me. What you see me wear now, if it's chilly, you will see me on a ship.
Yeah.
Well, let me phrase that. I wouldn't wear this on our upcoming cruise because we're not cruising Disney. Only Tiffany will rock every Disney item she has, no matter what cruise line she's on.
Very true.
She'll be in Royal Caribbean's main dining room with Mickey Mouse ears on, in a Disney Cruise Line shirt. She does not care.
90% of my wardrobe
is Disney,
and 10% is uniforms. So
that's why I said Disney ought to pay you sponsorship, because on all the videos you're just sponsoring Disney everywhere you go.
I'm not today.
No, today it's me.
Rick says, I've always say when I leave the house for a cruise, as long as I have my wallet, C-Pass, cell phone, and passports, we are not turning back. If we forgot anything else, it can be overcome.
Oh yeah, I've never gone back for anything.
No. And as long as we keep paying the price, the cruise prices won't go down, says Chica.
And I completely agree with that. And that's why I said I don't expect it to go down for a while. Not when they're booking the way they're booking, and they're going to keep on trucking.
Just Cody says, I have enjoyed watching y'all's experiences, only finding forgotten items.
Hey, you can make you can make anything fun if you want to make it fun.
I know. Looking for that hairbrush, we found bucket of tacos.
Yeah, that's when Tiffany found. Do I get a whole bucket of tacos?
Agreed with you, Rick.
I mean, I don't know, James. Remember, you're going to be on the ship with us, so you never know what kind of adventure you might get into. You'll be halfway through the cruise, and you'll be like, "No, I'm not following y'all anywhere."
Boss Pupa says, "There's, where's the adventure in making a list? Just ring it."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, I was looking on. I saw an article, and I was looking at cruise stuff and everything like that, but it had a list of drinks from cruise ships.
Mm-hmm.
So we have actually already even picked the drink we're going to try on the Norwegian Prima. I think I completely forgot the ship, because we did the Irish trash can last time. So we're going to do this drink this time, and I've forgotten the name of it already. It's the fish of something. It's like a fish something, but it looks like a bowl, and it's like pinkish orange, and it's got like fruit floating in it. I'll have to show you guys, but we've even picked a drink for the upcoming cruise that Tiffany and I are going to try and share.
California Linda shares, I leave a sticky note on the door with a perpetual list of forgotten items from previous cruises. I laugh at what missed the master list.
Bucket of tacos.
Oh yeah, Jennifer's laughing at the bucket of tacos. Attila the Fun, good plan, Rick. And if the airline loses your luggage, as long as you have your most important items in your carry-on, you can buy clothes at the next port or on the ship even. I saw a video where these two ladies, I don't know what happened, why they were late, but they were on an Alaskan cruise, and they were the last ones to get on the ship right before they pulled the gangway, and they had no luggage. Pretty much what they were wearing was all they had, because I don't know what happened to their luggage, but yeah, as long as you're on the ship, everything else is
figure it out as you go.
Yeah,
it would just add to the story later. Some of the most memorable stories that we tell, and some of the best ones we laugh at, have been whoopsies, mistakes, things that ended up not being the way they were supposed to be. And they're the funniest ones ever.
Mm-hmm.
The absolute funniest ones. When we drive and travel, we always try to pick places like to eat for dinner, for an example, that we've never heard of or never been to.
Chains.
That are not like chain restaurants, just to get an experience. And we stopped at this Asian fusion place in Florida one time. Oh, it was awful. It was the worst place we'd ever eaten in our life, but boy, everybody gets sitting around because we had the kids with us and starts telling a story about that restaurant, and it just has everybody cracking up for hours about that horrible restaurant or the just hillbilly mac and cheese.
Hillbilly mac and cheese, and we've talked about the hillbilly mac and cheese on a live before. So yeah, we still talk about the hillbilly mac and cheese. So yeah.
Yeah, so some of the best stories are just total mistakes.
Yes. James, no. Yeah, James says, laugh out loud. I'm an adventurous type man, so I'm game. Okay.
We will, and I'm gonna say we'll do our best not to get into something, but that doesn't not mean anything.
Chica said it's fun to try new drinks. I take pictures of the drink menu, send it to my friends, and have her choose a drink for me to try.
Like I said, this one I happened to be just going through, looking for some video ideas, and it had like 10 drinks you can make at home from cruise ships. So, well, let me look at that. Maybe there's some ideas in there. And the Norwegian had one, and I don't have my phone in here where I have it saved, but I saw that and I was like, well, that looks interesting. I'd never seen that kind of drink before, so I was like, they said that's a Norwegian drink. We got a Norwegian cruise coming up.
We'll give it a try.
We'll give it a try because honestly, we had a lot of fun with the Irish trash can thing.
Yeah, we did.
We're not big drinkers, but boy, we had fun playing with that Irish trash can. So I think we'll keep it up.
Yeah. James says tacos and tequila. So Mr. Sancho's, they have all kinds of tacos.
Yeah. I went on, after you asked us about Mr. Sancho's, I went on and looked at Mr. Sancho's and actually went and looked at their food and drink menu. Because it's all included in the price to get in, and I'm looking forward to eating and drinking when we get there.
Yeah.
Tacos and tequilas will be a thing at Mr. Sancho's.
Yes.
And they're all included in the price. Mm-hmm.
Rick says, I have an idea for a Tiffany video or a series of them. Give us a critique of the restaurants on the ships. I like that because that's my favorite thing to do is eat.
You just gave Tiffany the total excuse to go eat at all the places she wants to go eat. You just made her day. Well, I've got to make a video, so we must go eat at this dessert thing over here.
Yes. Tilla the Fun says, on a road trip across Louisiana, we stopped in a tiny town with a little local restaurant, had some amazing seafood. Wish I could remember the name of the town. I'd like to go back.
We've had experiences like that. Like, I know we had something. I know it was good. I couldn't tell you where we had it anymore.
I think the funniest one, though, is when we were in North Carolina and we went to that 50s joint and we just thought we had struck gold and come to find out it was a chain.
Yeah.
Chica says, every trip, our cruise has a story.
Yes.
Have we been to Sancho's? No.
Nope. This is going to be our first time doing Mr. Sancho's also. What we do try to do every cruise, as much as possible, we always try to do a new ship. A ship we've never been on before, and we try to do something in the ports that we've never done before. So, like I said, in this case, Mr. Sancho's is going to be brand new for us. Norwegian is going to be brand new. The Sloss is going to be brand new. So we try to experience all of it, especially when sailing out of Galveston. A lot of the ships, go to Cozumel, Costa Maya, Belize, Roatan, come back up in that, for the most part. So kind of spread it out more by experiencing all of the things in the cruise ports. Like Cozumel, we've been to 15, 16 times, something like that. We've been to Cozumel and haven't even remotely done it all. We said this is going to be our first time even going to Mr. Sancho's.
Yeah. Rick says you have the right priorities, James. Tequila is my favorite, and Mexican restaurants is my favorite restaurant. Living in Galveston County, we have quite a few. Alien Frequency, yeah, you guys should definitely do some videos on your upcoming cruise, a ship tour, etc. Oh, of course.
Well, of course. A ship tour is guaranteed. Something bad really happens if I don't do a ship tour. Because I'll be honest, our ship tour videos are some of our absolute most viewed videos of all time. Mm-hmm. Ship tours are at the #1 top. So, yeah, I will not stop doing those because they perform so well.
Yeah. Chica says Mr. Sancho's has great food in her opinion.
The menu looked spectacular.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to eating
I'm looking
a bunch of stuff on there.
Shrimp tacos. Jennifer says, I don't know if it will be cold to swim, but there are some underwater statues to see with snorkels. Now, you are planning on taking your snorkeling equipment.
Right. Now, I've looked ahead, and it says the water temperature should be roughly 78 to 79 degrees. And I've snorkeled in the Bahamas in January, which is, further north. So I'm thinking I'm going to be okay to at least attempt it. So I'm going to take all my gear. Just in case, but it is my goal that if I can stay in the water, I'll be in the water.
Yeah.
Tiffany might be watching from the beach, but I will give it a shot.
Attila says, be careful. Mr. Sancho's drinks are strong and yummy. That's all over Mexico.
Yeah. That we don't have we did the underwater trek. Jenny's was about the goofiest we've ever gotten.
Mm.
And but we don't even do a whole lot of drinking. So even when we go to Mr. Sancho's, we might try one or two things, and then we'll stop.
Yeah.
But thank you for the warning, because
yes.
I've heard that about Mr. Sancho's.
Yes. Just Cody says you're going to really enjoy the sloths. I'm looking so forward to that. I can't wait. Jennifer says fish pedicures are available too. You said you were going to try that.
Remember, we did it on a live where we spent about a half an hour talking about
the fishies.
About fish eating your feet.
Yeah, you said you were going to try it.
I am curious to know what it feels like to have fish eat your feet.
Rick says in Cozumel, we love Del Mar Latino Beach Club, all inclusive, adults only, 30 max capacity, and within walking distance of the Royal Docks. Been there 3 times and loved every time. Very laid back.
See, I had never even heard of that till now. We did one adults only excursion, but it wasn't within walking distance.
No, we had to drive a ride in a taxi, and it was 20 people only, and it was a house.
But it had a pool and drinks and food. That's the only adult one we've ever done in Cozumel, but that one sounds good.
Yeah. I believe Nassau has underwater sculptures too. We still haven't settled on what we're going to do that day of our cruise next week. I'm leaning toward just staying on the ship.
I personally, I know Nassau has a so-so reputation, but we've done some good things in Nassau. We walked over to the old fort and walked through there, and I thought that was really cool. I like the Pirate Museum. If you haven't been through that, they got almost a full-size pirate ship replica sitting in there, and it makes noises, and they got sound effects. I like it. I think that's pretty cool. You can always go over to Margaritaville.
Mm-hmm.
It's just walking distance around there. So I think there's good things to do in Nassau.
It's a hit and miss.
It's kind of hit and miss sometimes.
James says strong drinks and then an afternoon nap.
Yes.
Jennifer says it feels weird, poor little fishies.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. I'm curious. What I'm worried about, honestly, is I'm going to stick my foot in there. It's going to tickle so badly because I don't like my feet being touched. Tiffany will purposely poke and prod and grab my feet just to do it. You know how the wife does. She's got to find that, and she does. I just don't want, if I stick my feet in there and it gets to tickling and stuff like that, I won't leave my feet in there.
Attila says, oh no, not the fish pedicures. I don't know about that. I guess it's worth a try.
That's right. Fish eat your feet.
Rick says, 2 years ago, we went to Senior Frogs at the Royal Dock and had an awesome time. I don't quite remember getting back on the ship. Never will do that again. Senior Frogs is awesome.
Yeah. It's a chain and everything like that, but it is fun.
Yeah.
We've been twice. We went to Senior Frogs in Cozumel, and then we went to Senior Frogs in Cozumel.
Both times have been in Cozumel. One was with the kids and one was just you and me.
Well, one was at the Royal Port and one was at the downtown port.
Yeah. Jennifer says, after the fish are done, you get a nice foot rub and lotion.
Well, see, that means we should stick your feet in the fishes because you would like a foot rub and lotion.
Maybe.
They go put lotion on my feet and my shoes are going to fly off. I'll pop right out though. Boop.
California Linda Chica, yes, we are. We have started serious packing with a master list: snorkeling gear, water leggings, and bicycling gear for Paramount for me. Paramount. I'm not sure what that is. Alien says, thanks, Chris. The Pirate Museum and Fort sounds cool. I have to look into those. Are they a long walk?
The fort is a long walk. The fort is all the way down there, a little past Junku Beach, the free beach. So it is a little bit of a hike, but the Pirate Museum is, if you've ever been to Nassau, you know, you go to the end of the dock, you turn right, and it kind of curves around to the left, and then you have the Dunkin' Donuts that's right there on the corner. It's right there to the left of the Dunkin' Donuts. It's maybe, not counting the pier, because the pier could be long depending on where your ship is, but maybe 5-minute walk to the Pirate Museum.
And it wasn't that expensive either, because you have to pay to get into the fort, and we had to pay to get into the museum.
Yeah, neither one of them were super, super expensive. Mm-hmm. But if it's just walking, the Pirate Museum is definitely the closest one.
Rick says, I love your videos you did of the restaurants near the ships. Plan to go to them next time we are in Cozumel. If you're talking about the one with the big fishbowl drinks, ask for Roberto.
Roberto's our guy there. Yeah, those restaurants that are by the cruise ports that we try out, they have been spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
The food is good. The drinks are good.
Jenny's was real good, but that one, you have to take a taxi.
Yeah, Jenny's you have to take a taxi to. But then we were there for the underwater sea trek. But yeah, all of the food's been good though. I love Mexico. There's really no other way to say that. I love Mexico. I love Cozumel. The food, the drink, the tequila, the people, the atmosphere, the experience. I love me some Mexico. It is absolutely one of our favorite cruise stops.
Yeah, shockingly, because it was not the first time I went. I swore I'd never go back.
Yep, but I love Cozumel. It is absolutely one of my favorite stops in Mexico.
Yeah. Alien Frequency says, no, I don't like having my feet touched. I don't like feet in general. Roberto got it. Rick says, Roberto got it.
Yep.
Chica says that she doesn't swim but loves tropical places.
Oh, I will swim every chance I get. I'm part fish.
Belize has become one of Jennifer's most favorite ports.
We've been there once, but we took an excursion over to Rendezvous Key, which was just a small little island there. So they picked us up from the ship, took us straight to the island, and then took us back to the ship. And it was so close to time to go that we didn't have time to really get back onto a tender and go into Belize. So we've been to Belize, but we haven't
been to a port.
Right. We haven't been to, even to the mainland. So we haven't got to really experience Belize yet. So I want to try that one again too, just because that's not something we've done enough.
Tell the fun says, so true. You can have so much fun in Mexico.
Yes.
Rick says, what about Cayman? Oh, Cayman. We don't have luck with Cayman. What about Cayman? Which excursions you like to do? I've been going there off and on since 1988.
For Cayman so far, we've been there a couple times. I'm a big fan of 7 Mile Beach. We did, and I forgot the name of it, to be honest with you, but one of those resort for a days. Mm-hmm. Where we get to go down on 7 Mile Beach. The sand is beautiful, and I'm happy just to go there and swim in that water along 7 Mile Beach.
Now, we were not prepared for that at all, so we didn't get to really swim.
There's a whole story behind that. I did get to swim, by the way. I just swam with all my clothes on. Yes. And that was the very first time we ever went to Cayman. We tried to go over and check out Hell. There's a whole video about how I messed up that last visit to Cayman, trying to get us over to Hell and everything like that. But Cayman's awesome too, especially if you can find. And couldn't find her last time, but the Red Hat Lady.
Yeah.
If you've been going to Cayman for a long time, you may remember the Red Hat Lady. She was always my favorite.
I've done cave tubing and the ruins on 2 separate occasions. Jennifer says, where did you do that? The cave tubing. And then Chica, California, kinda. Are you? The ruins had a pedestrian ferry with a hand crank. Pretty cool. That does sound interesting.
That does sound interesting.
Rick says, I like the submarine. Did that a couple of times. Stingray City, a bunch, but swimming with the dolphins is my favorite.
If that's still, we're still talking about, oh no, he's talking about Cayman.
Caymans. Yeah.
I don't know, and maybe it's just, I like swimming with them wild.
Yeah.
I prefer wild animals when I swim and just behaving myself when I'm around them. But I've had fun just following stingrays around.
Barracudas.
Very well. Remember when we were in Belize, over on Rendezvous Key, the stingrays, there was a bunch of them, wild stingrays that were just came up to shore, and you'd look down and there'd be stingrays hanging out by your feet.
Yeah.
And that was super cool.
Jennifer said she's talking about Belize.
Yeah, that's where I saw the stingrays, was in Belize. Of course, I followed stingrays in Half Moon Key before. Excuse me. I don't know, I think every place has got such a good story to it. There's something good you can do.
James says, really can't have fun in Mexico as a single cruiser. Laugh out loud.
I've had fun in Mexico. The last time I was in Cozumel by myself as a solo cruiser, I had too much fun. That's when I came home with that bottle of tequila that's in the refrigerator. I've had a lot of fun in Mexico all by myself. I just don't recommend tequila tasting if you're all by yourself.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. Lenny says, we love all your videos. Teddy B,
Thank you, Lenny.
What's good to do in
Colon, and that's in Panama.
Okay.
We're going to have to throw that back out to the audience, to anybody that's been in Panama. That is on one of my bucket lists. It is not on Tiffany's list.
It is.
So she has a tendency to steer me a direction other than the Panama Canal when she gets the choice.
Tubing sounds like fun.
Cave tubing.
Cave tube, yeah, that does sound like fun. We like caves.
And we like tubing.
Yes. And Rick is laughing at James. At Chica, it was so fun. Nice short hike through the Belizean jungle to our tubes. The water was refreshing. They had a delicious lunch too. Yeah, I like those excursions where lunch is included.
Which is maybe why it was suggested that you do a show about, restaurants and stuff like that.
Yes.
Because we know you enjoy your lunch. And believe me, we'll be searching excursions, and that will be one of the questions that Tiffany will ask. Is there lunch involved in all of this?
Yes.
You want me to do this, this, and this? Great. Is there a meal? How do you think I got her to do underwater sea trekking when she was nervous? I said, you get something afterwards. Oh, okay, I'll go. She's crazy like that.
Jennifer says, I'd love to do a Panama Canal cruise.
I would too, but I want to make sure. I want to do one on a smaller, older ship that can go through the old locks.
Yes.
That would be the only thing to that, is I want to try to go through the old locks, and I just want to hang over the side of the ship and just watch, or get a balcony, low enough balcony that I can just sit out there and just see it all.
James says, of course, I might see what I can get into as a single cruiser at the spot in Galveston. Attila the Fun says, never did Panama, not yet, but looking. And then Jennifer says, James, not the spot.
Oh, and we're going to have to figure that out. We're getting closer and closer. We got to pick a time for that day. We do need to pick a time for that.
James says, Panama Canal is on the bucket list.
It's on mine too. And there are more cruises leaving Galveston that are going through the Panama Canal and then coming up, next year or this year and next year than we've had in quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
So
see, you waited and now you have more options.
We do have more options.
James is laughing.
So we have that. And another one, and I want to look into it, so nothing is confirmed yet, but I'm thinking because I saw it in a lot of our video comments over the last week, there are several people that are thinking of doing Harmony in September.
Okay.
So we might look at doing Harmony in September this year. But that is just a thought. Nothing for Harmony is booked yet. Because remember, as soon as we get back from the Prima, we're going to start the group cruise setup.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get all that set up and everything. I want to get all of that set with the cruise line and everything as early as possible. I want to get the best prices, best rooms, best everything.
Yes.
So here probably next week before we go, I'll put a couple of itineraries together on a couple of different ships, departing from a couple of different ports, all meeting everything else. There'll still be Carnival, Caribbean, and all that kind of stuff, and come up with a couple ideas, and maybe we'll do one last little poll, and then we'll get ready to book.
Jennifer says, seen the Miracle, I think coming for a Panama itinerary.
Yes.
Chica says, I also would like to do a Panama Canal cruise. James is wondering, why not the Spot?
The Spot is good.
Rick, I go to the Spot a lot. I was hanging out at Tola's Market today, drinking a beer.
Not familiar with that one.
No. Attila the Fun 2025 is my year for Panama or the ABC Islands, but not both. Can't afford too much.
Yeah, both of those are on my list too.
Yeah.
But I know the ABC Islands was one of the suggestions for the 2026 group cruise. So,
Alien.
And I like that idea.
Yeah. Alien Frequency, I got to get going. You folks have a great evening. This time next week, we'll be on the Elation. Thanks for the great tips. Have an awesome trip.
Is wrestling on?
Chica says, I am cooking and listening to the chat, so taking longer to comment.
Oh, no worries. No worries. We're just happy you're here.
Yes.
You're here, you're participating, you're good. We just love having everybody here.
Yes. Teddy B says, going on Princess to Costa Rica as well. I have never been there, and the excursions don't look very exciting.
I said, having not been there, I don't know. I would just be, and it's just me, and I'm a little weird. But just going to Costa Rica, I would find exciting. But that's just weird. I find every new place something exciting.
Rick says we have a spot in League City now. We always go to the spot the night before we cruise out.
That's what we're doing on the 18th.
Yes. Jennifer.
Yeah, for Jennifer. Yeah, James, because James is going to be on the Prima with us, and then of course Rick's down in Galveston, so we already have a plan to meet up that day and just kind of have a cruise community gathering.
Yes. Teddy B, what would you recommend? That's going to be an audience question because we've not been there. So.
Yeah, not to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to steer you to places that I don't know. And that's one thing, if you're not familiar with our show, if we don't know, we're not gonna make up anything for you. Because I don't want to steer anybody in the wrong direction. If I don't have the personal experience or someone in the chat doesn't have it, because we got a lot of experienced cruisers here as well.
Yes.
So a lot of times you can get really good information from everybody.
Tola's in the Strand in Galveston. From Rick.
Okay.
California Linda, thank you for a fun live chat. Enjoy the upcoming cruise. A Panama cruise is awesome and most definitely enjoyed on a smaller ship to enjoy all the locks. And Alien Frequency said yes.
Hey, I know.
Attila the Fun says, okay, 2026 group it is then. Laugh out loud. Robert Wilkes, sorry, I am late. What time did you start? We start at
6:00 Central Time.
Yes. Rick says usually the night before we are packing, but several cruise groups. Teddy, I find it exciting to go, but just not the excursions.
Yeah, I don't even know. I usually don't do a whole lot of research on the excursions until we're going there. Because unfortunately, if I do, I'll get really, really excited, and then I'll really, really want to book something. Then Tiffany's really, really mad because, she can't afford to put gas in her car no more because I spent it all on cruises. Things like that, little problems. She's eating ramen for dinner. Yeah.
Yes.
It upsets her.
Jennifer says, heck yeah, sounds fun, y'all. Rick says, several cruise groups have a get together the night before where I will attend. That's awesome.
Well, I discovered that Rick knows people that are down in the Galveston area.
Okay.
So that surprises me none at all that Rick's hanging out with the other groups too.
No.
Rick is a man of the cruising world.
Yes. Chica, so have you decided on a destination for the group cruise yet?
I think we'll do, it's the Caribbean based on what everybody voted on. We just got to kind of narrow it down where in the Caribbean. The only suggestion I've really gotten so far is something that might include the ABC Islands. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where I think we'll probably do, like I said, one more survey next week and then get ready to finalize everything the week after we get back so we can get all that set.
Teddy B says, I appreciate that. James says, I will be in Galveston on the 17th, so whatever is good for you guys. And Rick, just let me know. Chica says, Costa Rica sounds fun. It does.
It does. Just to say I went to Costa Rica.
Robert,
Jurassic Park was down there off of Costa Rica, I think.
Robert says, okay, sorry I'm so late. You know what? It's okay.
Yeah, you're here. You're good.
Attila the Fun, my friend owns a few Airbnbs in Costa Rica on the Pacific coast. I think we will go stay there as a land trip, not by a cruise.
There you go. That's a good option.
Jennifer says, my hubby just said to me that we would be eating ramen for years if I book another cruise.
I get told that a lot too.
Yeah. California Linda Chica, there will be on announcement after Chris and Tiffany return from the Prima.
Yeah. We'll do the final announcements and we'll get everything all put together. We'll do one episode where we just focus on narrowing all that down, start the email list and everything so I can send everybody the information and all that kind of stuff, and we'll get it all set out and then get everything straight.
Lenny says, yep, Alien Wrestling is on. Bye, and thank you, Tiffany. Enjoy y'all's wrestling.
Enjoy your wrestling. It makes me laugh. It honestly does, and I love it.
Jennifer said he walked in the room, seen y'all on the TV, and asked if I was booking another cruise, and said the ramen thing and walked out. Oh.
For the record, we are not the bad influence. All right? So I want to be clear. We're not the bad influence, okay? Tiffany is.
Rick says, I have a column coming in the Galveston Daily News Saturday about NCL Viva coming to Galveston in late 2025. The next column after that is about the huge numbers of cruisers today.
Awesome. We are looking forward to reading those.
Yes. Boss Pupa said Jennifer sounds like an empty threat.
I guess you can look at it this way. If you book more cruises, they feed you on the ship.
Then you don't have ramen for a year.
So then you don't have to eat all that ramen all the time. I'm just saying that's what Tiffany whispered into my ear to say. So if your husband walks back in the room, Tiffany did it.
Chica says, thank you, California Linda. I missed a few lives. Robert says 35 people watching and only 22 likes. Rick Wade, of course, I will post my columns here on High Seas Cruising. Be sure to check the page after Saturday. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Jennifer says, I'm doing my cruise research tips and tricks.
Yep, see?
Love to
exactly. You get guys burgers.
Yes.
That's right. Tastes nothing like ramen.
No.
Tastes nothing at all like ramen.
No, it doesn't.
You're getting people in trouble.
I know. I'm sorry.
Tiffany's a bad influence. I'm telling you. So, yep. But we are about getting to that time. We usually try to stay on here for about an hour
Yes.
or so just to kind of get on here and cruise talk, because I'm sure you guys have figured out by now, we are just all over the place.
Yeah.
But I do ask, tomorrow morning, I got a video coming out talking about celebrity cruise lines and solo travelers. You guys check it out. I'm real curious to get what your opinion is on what I found. I read a story, said, oh, this can't be all that true. I went and confirmed and double checked, and I got all the stuff on there. And I'm kind of curious to know what everybody else thinks about it. It's kind of...
He got really fired up about it, too.
A little fired up about it.
Yeah.
But I'll let you guys decide for yourself on that one. But that'll be out tomorrow morning. That'll be tomorrow morning's video.
Yes. Jennifer says she enjoyed this. We have a blast every Wednesday. We look forward to this.
Yeah, this for us is more about having fun. Yeah, we're planning group cruises and we're sharing information, but honestly, we're just having a bunch of fun on here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we get together on Wednesday. It's just a chance for cruisers to come together, tell jokes, tell stories, share information, learn from each other, and we grow our community this way.
Yes.
And yeah, there may only be 33 people in here, but you know what? We got 33 good people in here.
Yes.
And I'll take the 33 people we have in here pretty much consistently every week over thousands that we don't know.
Yes.
So that's how I think about it.
James says, good night, everyone. Attila says, have a great week. Thanks for the live. Robert says, have a great week.
Yeah, and Jennifer, you're welcome to come back every Wednesday, 6 o'clock. You join us anytime whenever you want. We're happy to have you every time.
Jill says, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. You know, Linda, Rick, James, Attila, Robert, Dale, Lenny, Robert. I mean, everybody. Desiree. Everybody's here tonight. So we really appreciate it. You know, we love talking to you guys.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Rick says, everyone have an awesome week.
Absolutely. Yeah, I completely agree with that too. Have an awesome week. Book a cruise. Tell your significant other Tiffany told you to do it. Call on Tiffany. Don't forget, Tiffany's going to have some really weird video coming this Sunday.
Yes.
Something you've never seen Tiffany do before.
Chica's telling California Linda bye.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Robert says, maybe you need to do what every cruiser does not like.
That's pretty much what they are. They do not like having their toy guns taken away. They do not like hats on the ship.
Yes. All right, guys.
Oh, don't worry. I got some of those for you on Saturday, too. I got some of those. I'm platinum. My husband's platinum. Even my kids are platinum. That's coming up this Saturday.
That'll be fun.
Oh, yeah. They triple platinum in one comment. Triple platinum.
Attila says he can't reach the beer from here and he needs a beer, so he'll see us next week.
I thought you left already.
Gary says, hope all is well.
Well, welcome, Gary. Yep, everything is good. We really appreciate it. But again, thank you everybody for being here. Really appreciate it. Like I said, this is so much fun. And if we don't cut this off, I'll be on here telling dumb stuff all night long.
Tim says, have a great week. Jennifer says, I want to be platinum when I grow up.
I do too. I want to walk down by customer service. I want to sit on the floor and just, but I'm platinum. Right to customer service. No, I don't actually want to do any of that, but some of these passengers are one step away from it. One step away. Like I said, we're going to keep going if we don't cut this off.
Yes.
So, again, I want to thank everybody for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Hope everyone has a great day, has a great week, has a great weekend, all of that kind of good stuff. We'll be back here next week. Check out the upcoming videos. And like always,
we'll see you out on the high seas.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.